Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing fabulous. So today we are going to be playing around with some new makeup products from Catrice. Catrice is a very affordable brand. They have some really amazing products that I absolutely love, and it's quite an accessible brand if you are here in UAE. You can buy Catrice through Noon. You can also find some products on Amazon. You can find it at Brand Bazaar. You can find it at Lifestyle. You can find it at some day-to-day stores. So it's quite accessible and you can easily find these products. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I actually saw a few new products on Noon and I purchased a few products, and then I received a package from Catrice. So we have some new makeup products to play around with. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessa, and if you want to see more of my videos, please do hit subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, I'm just putting this headband on. I already did my brows and also prepped my eyelids. So Catrice actually launched a new foundation and I'm so freaking excited to test this out, and this one is their True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So this is what I'm looking forward to trying out today. I actually did purchase this foundation from Noon, but then they also sent me a shade. This one is a shade 46 and this one is in the shade 33. So I'll be using this one. So yeah, so I want to start off with my eyes first. So they sent me this eyeshadow palette. This is the Clean ID Mineral Eyeshadow Palette. So it's a vegan eyeshadow palette and you have 6 eyeshadows. So I've already swatched them and that's why it's looking a little weird. So you have 2 shimmer eyeshadows and then you have 4 matte eyeshadows. So these are very neutral and really basic, but this shade looks beautiful. I absolutely love it. It feels really buttery. It's like a brown shimmery sort of a shade. Can you guys see it? So that's the brown eyeshadow, but I actually want to play around with another eyeshadow palette from Catrice. So this is another palette from Catrice. This is the Pro Slim eyeshadow palette from Catrice, and this is their Next Gen Nudes. So it's a slim eyeshadow palette. They have 14 eyeshadows. You have a mix of shimmer eyeshadows and matte eyeshadows. It's like a mauve toned eyeshadow palette. So you have also these pearlescent finish eyeshadows as well. So this is the palette. So I want to play around with this one today. Okay, I'm gonna take the eyeshadow called Classy. It's like a brown taupe sort of a shade. So I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna place that on the outer V of my eyelids. I'm just placing that on the ends. Pull them up. I'm also blowing it out a little bit on the crease. So I just switched up the brush. I was actually using this brush from Sigma. This was the E38 brush. So I switched it to the E25 brush, I guess. It's a smaller blending brush so that I get a bit more color deposit over there. So I'm just gonna apply this, tapping it and just intensifying the outer ends. So I'm just gradually dragging it to the lids. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the same thing on this eye as well. So I'm gonna take that E Sigma brush and sort of blend out the crease. I'm gonna take the shade Bravo. It's a dark brownish black sort of a shade. And I'm just gonna intensify the ends a little bit more, okay? A tad bit. A little bit. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and sort of blend everything out. So I think I'm gonna take this shade called Dramatic, and I'm gonna apply that on my eyelids. So the brush is not actually picking up the eyeshadow as much. So I'm gonna grab my finger and I'm gonna put that eyeshadow. Ooh, I like that color. It's like a nice taupe metallic shimmer sort of an eyeshadow. Look at it, it's so pretty. So I just put the eyeshadow all over, but to be honest, it's not packing a punch. The shimmer eyeshadows are beautiful when I swatch it, but it's not applying that great on my eyes. I don't know what what the reason is. So I'm gonna take that shade called Classy. I'm just gonna put that on the ends. I'm just gonna take the shade called Bold and I'm gonna just apply it over here, like sort of like make a gradient, which I like doing. So we have a new eyeliner to test out. This one is the Catrice 24-hour brush liner. So I typically like brush liners rather than felt tip liners because I'm used to wearing like brush tip liners. So this one is like a dream and it has a matte finish apparently. So it is with coconut water and it is long lasting without parabens, microplastic particles, no pegs added. So this one is an ultra black. So it's a brush tip applicator as I told you guys. So I'm just gonna do a slight wing and so it's a decent liner. It kind of dried down to a matte finish. Kind of like it. Actually like the liner, it's decent. It dries down to a matte finish. Brush tip applicator, which is perfect for me. So I'll just put some lashes and I'll be right back. So I just popped in some lashes. Now we're going to move on to the face. So I have a new primer to test out. This one is the Sensational 10-in-1 Dream Primer. So I have tried another primer from Catrice. This one is the Goodbye Pores and I really like it. It's a decent primer. So it's like a pore filling primer. So I'm going to test out this primer, which is fairly new to me, but it's not a new launch. So this one is the Sensational 10-in-1 Dream Primer. So it's supposedly priming, hydrating, anti-wrinkle, natural glow, anti-pollution, anti-oxidation, pore minimizing, evens out skin tone, blurs imperfections, UV protection. That's a lot of claims. So I'm going to try out this primer. It does have a fragrance to it. Okay, so it's quite emollient, but so it does have a tackiness to it. It did add a subtle glow to the skin, not like highlighter glow, but then a really nice glow. And I think this is something which I can wear like on its own without foundation, just if I need to look a little glowy. There is a little bit of a sheen to the primer. Quite nice. Okay, now we're going to move on to the foundation. So we're going to use this one. This is the True Skin Foundation. This is a new launch from Catrice and it is supposedly a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid and it has long wear. It's a glass bottle and it comes with a pump as well. True Skin But Better Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil leaves a perfectly even skin tone and natural matte finish. Okay, medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling, dermatologically approved. I recently heard this TikTok video which made a lot of sense. So they were talking about how dermatologically tested and dermatologically approved. So dermatologically tested does not mean it's recommended by dermatologists. Dermatologist tested just means like they tested it. It does not give you a proper thing like, oh, it's good or bad. That makes more sense, right? Yeah. Now we're going to put this foundation. So I'm going to go with the shade 46. I'm hoping it's a match. It looks like a match, but I don't know. So I'm going to put that. I think it's a little light for me. I want to cry. Yeah, it's a tad bit light. So I'm going to use this sponge from Juno and I'm just going to blend it out. Actually, it has good coverage. It's actually a little lighter than my skin tone, but then we can bronze it up and make things fine. I like the coverage of this foundation, to be honest. Okay, it is quite light. Okay, I actually do like the coverage, but this foundation is definitely a tad bit lighter than my skin tone. So, I don't know. So I have to like really bronze up the skin. It's like a very natural, healthy kind of a glow, not the very extremely dewy kind of a look, but I really like it. Although the shade is a little lighter than my skin tone, but then we will just bronze up the face. So before I move on to bronzing my face, I'm just going to apply this concealer. So this is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This one is in the shade 48. Desert Beige. Now I'm just gonna apply it. I've not tried any Catrice concealers before, so I'm gonna apply this a little bit over here. Yeah, that shade is fine, right? Doe foot applicator is quite small because I'm so used to using, like, you know, the big chubby doe foot applicators. This is like a thin doe foot applicator. I think it's drying down really quickly. I don't think I have a lot of like play time with it. Okay, so I'm now gonna take a small brush and I'm just gonna blend the concealer. Okay, the concealer is looking really beautiful underneath the eyes. So I'm going to set the concealer with this one. This is the Poreless Perfection powder. So this one is in the shade 010. So this is a universal shade. So it's a yellow toned powder. So I'm just going to use this to set the under eyes. So now I'm going to complete my eyes. So I'm just going to grab this shade. I'm going to take a small blending brush. And then I'm gonna apply that on the lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna take this shade, this dark brown shade. I'm gonna apply it really close to the lash line with an angled brush. Since my foundation is kind of lighter than my skin tone, I want to like warm up my face using this cream bronzer. So I'm just going to use the Huda Beauty Tantour to kind of like bronze up my skin. So now I'm gonna bronze up my skin. So I do have a Catrice bronzer, but this is limited edition. I don't know if they still have this one. This is the Sun Stripping Bronzer. So now I'm gonna use this bronzer to bronze up my face. So I have a new highlighter to test out. This one is the More Than Glow highlighter. I had actually ordered another shade from Noon. So that was like a gold shade, but it was kind of like a lighter one. They sent me the shade 20 and they also have another shade 30, which is like a golden sort of a one, but I couldn't find it online. So this is the one they sent me. This is the Supreme Rose Beam. So let me just swatch. So I'm gonna take this brush from Essence and I'm gonna is it looking weird? This highlighty shade is a bit lighter than what would go with my skin tone. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. So I'm just going to apply this blush from Catrice. This is an old blush which I had. This is the Blush Box in the shade Golden Coral. So I'm just going to apply this blush. Okay, I'm gonna apply that highlighter just to highlight my nose a little bit, not too much. Here's the bridge of my nose. Let me just set this up because it's looking a little weird. So I'm just gonna set my face with the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. This is my second bottle. I love this one. It's a nice spray that just kind of like melts everything. So I'm gonna put that on. So now we're going to do the lips, and they sent me this lip gloss. This is the Volumizing Lip Booster, and this one is in the shade Rosewood Hills. It's a beautiful like muted pink sort of a shade, and I have this Volumizing Lip Booster in a different one, but it's a more like sheer glossy kind of a one, but this one apparently has full color. That's what's written on the bottle. Before I apply the lip gloss, I'm going to put some lip liner on. This one is the Lip Foundation Pencil. I love Catrice lip liners. It just glides on. It's very creamy, and oh my god, I love it. Like, it's such a great lip liner. This one is in the shade Cool Brown. So now I'm going to apply this gloss. So this is the Catrice Volumizing Lip Booster. I love the color, it's so pretty. It's so juicy and so cute. I love the color. So that is the completed look using Catrice products, and I really love the way the look turned out. It's like a subtle glam, and I really love the lip color. It's so pretty, like glossy and just so glam. So first impressions wise, I like the foundation, but I'm just a little bummed out that it's not my exact shade. So I'm just gonna be on the hunt to get the perfect shade and then like see how it's gonna look. When the foundation is not matching your skin tone, I just can't estimate how good it is. I need the color to be like an exact match to like say a proper review. I hope you guys had fun with me, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.